I can't keep it down. Oh, I thought I got it all, but I didn't. Actually say what I'm supposed to be saying. I have what I think is a really cool idea, and it's inspired from the last thing I made, my crochet bag, the quilted bag. I need to remake this because dogs and things everywhere. Alright. Because it's a bit worn and it's very old. I've had it for over 10 years, I think. And I've been, because there's no zip thingy on this to actually make the zip work, it fell off. And I've been tying a belt around it to hold it shut, which obviously means the sides stay open when I use it. Anyway, it's annoying me. So I want to remake it, and I want to make it quilted like the other thing I did. But my goal is I want to make it squishy and like soft like a pillow. Oi! Oh, I better stop him. Super basic, but basically, like, that's the strap, that's the bag. It's going to be completely round. So these represent the two different colors I'm going to have, and I'm not actually going to cut them on the bias. I'm going to try and cut them on the grain, but then the pretend that's my rectangular piece of material, but I'm going to have to then cut it diagonally on the top and bottom so that it will then, and hopefully because it's technically not cut on the bias, that it won't stretch that way either. But it will have a backing anyway, so hopefully it won't move around. Duck cottons, because they are fairly sturdy and thick, because I didn't want material that was too thin, it would move around and squirm. So these are both duck, and then on the inside I'm just going to use this drill, this cotton drill, as the lining, and because you're not going to see it, I think that it will all go together quite well, hopefully. It took me 3 goes to measure it because I suck at maths and I wasn't going to try and figure out how to correctly measure in one go the size circle I needed. So the next thing I'm pretty sure is I just need one strip that's kind of diagonal. I think I will cut it on is it 45? Anyway, diagonal. And then just with one strip, I work out how wide that will fit in my 35 centimeter rectangle. It needs to be 35 inches, not centimeters. And then I'll just use that one thing that as a template, and then just cut out as many pieces as I need. And I know that they're going to go up shorter at the ends, but I can figure that out. I'll lay them out as I cut them and then work out how short I need to make them at the end. I forgot to tell you one of the coolest things that I want to try and do with this. In between every seam or 2 pieces joined together, I actually want to do like a, I don't know if the word is piping. Originally, I thought 1 layer around here would be enough, but it's not thick enough, and it's quite a small, I don't know, not big enough. So I've just basically doubled the material and then sandwiched this in there, and then I try and stitch as close to that as possible. So to do these and making my little piping tubes, I'm using the zipper foot. And when I sew, like, instead of keeping the material straight like you're sort of supposed to, I find it helps me to actually sort of hold it like this, because as it moves down, it gets pushed out by this cord in the middle anyway, so it sort of naturally straightens out. But if I just push it over a little bit more, it gets much closer to the cord, because when I held it straight, it just was too far away. I'm trying to cut the edge that I have to make it square, and I'm a bit scared because I don't want to make it crooked. But I think that if I just keep going with that line, it'll be good. But I'm going to have to make up this tiny little triangle, as you can see, down there to fill in that gap, which is kind of annoying. Finally got all the edges cut. Anyway, it's kind of bugging me. That's why these little corners here were making me more like, oh, really? Because I'm going to have to quilt these tiny little triangles basically for the ends. And yeah, I'm just going to cut them out the end. I'm not going to try and cut out little pieces right now because that's boring me to even think of that. So I'm going to have to start quilting all of these pieces, cut out more wadding for this. And then I'm ready to do my piping, which I'm looking forward to doing the piping and doing them together. It's another day and it's much colder. Pretty sure it's going to look good. It's yellow and pink and blue. And once they're all stitched together nicely, I wanted these to look a bit different as well. And the quilting, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was sort of, you know, not looking forward to it, but I just said, slow down, take your time and just enjoy it. And it was much better. I just took my time. So I made these, I started by just doing the sort of horizontal lines and then just diagonal between two sections. And I'm leaving these ones just vertical though. So there's just a bit of texture difference in there. For my seams, I missed out cutting this seam edge on one of them on the end. So I've got nothing here. Oopsies. Or trim this right down and then do a flat felled seam. That might actually even be better. I can't believe it. I just stitched it all down and then turned it over and realized that somehow I'd missed doing this in the seam. Ugh! It's taking way longer to finish this than I actually thought, just because life happens, you know. But I'm on the ends, like the side pieces now. I'm making them like a patchwork kind of looking thing. But I want maybe at least one pocket, like on one of them, like a sort of gathered elasticized pocket, so I can have sort of a little spot inside to put toiletry bag or something and just hold it out of the way. And I hope I don't get sick, because I got sick a few weeks ago and then I'm feeling achy today, and I wasn't all day, just when I got back home. Now I'm feeling achy, which is just annoying, very annoying. So we'll see if I get sick again. Pocket. I did get sick, but I'm nearly done. All I have to do is stitch around here and then put some binding around to finish it and make it look good. It's complete, finally. Once it's got stuff in it, it will look better once it's filled, I think, and hold a bit of shape. But I'm quite happy. I will point out the things that I'm not quite happy with. So the finishes, I wish I could have done a bit better with certain things. For example, here is how I finished my tab ends. I didn't want them to be like this, but I couldn't figure out how to do it originally. I wanted the tab to be in between the seams so you couldn't see it. And it to go all the way down so it was extra strong for when you're hanging weight off here. But I'm hoping that that'll do. And yeah, I had to kind of miss these parts with my binding. So it's not the best, and even here I had to just trim it really close to the zip because especially on this side where you've got this come out, I should have not had the cord come all the way through here. I should have stopped it about here so I didn't have this bulk to sew over. So it was just easy for me to trim it close. I don't like it, but it's the best I can do for now because I wanted it finished. But apart from that, it's not too bad. And I've got my pocket. So I'm actually very happy. I have to reuse this. I don't want to make another one of these because trying to sew something this thick on my machine is going to just be too hard. I don't want to break a needle.